welcome back to F.O.E. I'm so excited to announce that I am starting a new podcast series about freedom in relationships. I enjoyed doing Speaking Your Truth so much that it led to a lot of feedback and a lot of interactions with people. It allowed a level of openness for people who were tuning in to speak to me about certain things. And there was a massive theme that came out of being able to speak your truth, right? And it really stemmed from being able to speak your truth and being able to be who you are and be your authentic self, even when you're in a relationship with another person. Now, we think that a lot of the time people get into relationships, they know who they are, they know what they're about, they know what they want, they can go about their business, they're confident, they get into this relationship and, the relationship is just going to be what it is. That's our general expectation of what happens in a, when you meet somebody. You think you know who you are, you think you know what you want, but we're forever evolving, right? And this posed the question with a lot of people that were tuning into Speaking My Truth. So how do you continue to grow and continue to be your authentic version of yourself when you are in a relationship, a long-term relationship, or entering into a new relationship with somebody who may not be on the same journey as you or is not as willing or able to express themselves as you are? How do you tackle some of those conversations? How do you express your true desires? What if your desires change? How do we do this? How do we have freedom in relationships? So here we are. We're starting a new journey. Now, full disclosure, I am no relationship expert. I can tell you I've probably had more failed relationships than I have successful ones, even though my whole mantra isn't that, it's not that they've failed, it's that they were a lesson, or I've learned something, or, it was for that season, or, however you want to put it, right? But I am not somebody who's sitting here saying, I know it all. I'm just going to create an opportunity for us to research, explore, and to discuss what works for some, what has been seen, some of the challenges, and provide you with the opportunity to have some tools to navigate how to have conversations and how to express yourself and what it looks like to be your authentic self in a relationship. So what to expect from this series? It will be challenging. It may challenge your perception on what a relationship is. It may challenge your moral compass in some ways. It may even open your mind. It may open your mind to how other people have had long-lasting relationships with the person that they're in love with. It may open the door for conversations that you haven't been able to have with your partner. It may be able to free you in the relationship to be able to express who you actually are, what your actual desires are, and what you need from your partner. In my last 12 months, I've had such an interesting interaction with so many beautiful couples and so many beautiful individuals that are just bursting at the seams to express their true nature, what they want, what they need, what they desire. And in some instances, they have successfully managed to do that. And in other instances, they are still crippled by the social norm or by the traditional relationships or even by ego. A lot of the time, we find that ego gets in the way of majority of our conversations. When we feel like we cannot open up to our partner, when we feel like we cannot express our true desires, a lot of the time it's out of fear of hurting them. And a lot of the time when we're not willing to receive from our partners and we're not willing to hear them without being offended or finding reasons why that's a reflection on you as a person in their life, instead of it being a reflection of them and their desires, it's ego. It's us not wanting to accept that maybe, just maybe, we need to see what someone else needs, accept that, and not take it so personally, but hear them, actively listen, actively hear them, actively participate in understanding what their needs are and how you can together come up with a solution that might allow each of you to walk away or to have and hold that relationship in a more honest, open, and probably more exciting and loving way. I'm so excited to dig a little bit deeper into what that means and provide you guys with some insight to what's going on in other people's worlds and how other people are managing individuality in their relationships and how they're managing to have freedom of expression and how they're having long-lasting connections for years and years with the one person. We're going to talk about different dynamics. We're going to talk about what it is to have a polyamorous relationship, what it is to be in an open marriage, what it looks like from a monogamous point of view, when a monogamous person meets somebody who has different needs to them, how love can be all different types of languages, and how we can express our love language to one another, as well as respecting the boundaries within that relationship. Looking into these sort of things just means that you get to explore what it's like to be with yourself, with your partner in a different way, and also maybe tackle some of those really difficult conversations that some people just aren't having with their partners. So this series is going to, I think, provide not only me as somebody who's hosting, but also you as a listener, the opportunity to discuss anything and everything. Nothing is off limits. We're going to explore cheating and some of the reasons why people cheat and break some of those really old-fashioned, not true stigmas around men are more likely to cheat than women, and women only cheat because they're unhappy or emotionally dissatisfied within their marriage or their relationships. We're going to break through some of these bullshit terms that people have or bullshit ideas that people have around why people do what they do, and hopefully open our minds to really looking and seeing different perspectives on what a relationship could look like and how important it is to have an openness within your relationship to discuss even the topics that might make you as a person or your partner as a person feel uncomfortable, but why it's so necessary to be able to communicate. And all different types of communication, that there's no real strict requirements on how one should express their particular situation, or I don't know, we're gonna just do whatever. It's freedom in relationships, so I say freedom in podcast. It's gonna be fun, and I'm hoping that you guys tune in and that you get some substance out of what it is that we're talking about and discussing. And I hope that it encourages people and listeners to get in touch and really give me topics and things that they want to know about, so I can explore that, I can investigate, and I can research, and we can really dig deep and find guest speakers that can help shed some light around some of the issues and some of the struggles and even some of the awesomeness around freedom in relationships. Thanks, guys. Have a very safe new year, and I'll see you in 2022.